Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 22 with Hull. And where we left off, we had just played Leicester in the Carabao Cup and got destroyed. And then we played Preston in the Championship and got destroyed. So it wasn't that great a start for us. As you can see, we've played a fair few games. The rest of October was not a good month. Nottingham Forest, Norwich, West Ham, and Middlesbrough were all hard games. They're all up in the league, and we were down. We didn't have very high morale, and we had a fairly new squad, I guess. So we're still not completely used to playing together in that formation and everything. So we lost the next 4 games after that, and I was starting to think, what do I do? How do we fix this? Because this is not working. But then I started one thing, which I'll say, a little FM tip here for you. When you've had training come in, go on to a training performance, and anyone who is above a 7.2, I would say, that's probably a good cutoff, praise them on their training performance. That has put my dynamics up insane amounts. Like, we're on excellent managerial and club atmosphere and good team cohesion. That will get to excellent once we basically finish up the season with this team. But yeah, that's really helped. I started doing that around about here, I think it was. And then from here, we started to see the difference. The morale was high, which meant the results started coming in. I was thinking about changing the formation, but I like my 4-4-2 wing play. I know we've got the team to play that sort of formation fairly well, so I stuck with it, and I'm glad I did, because we've got a lot of good results out of that, and we're going to stay with it. So as you can see, Cardiff was the turning point. Bonucci getting 2, Lewis Potter getting in on the act, and he has found his form this season. Last season, wasn't that impressed, was actually considering selling him. He's been fantastic, getting assists and goals and just pulling the strings in midfield. You can see we then went to QPR. We'll play QPR at home, got a couple of goals and won that. We beat Rotherham 4-2. Vince Krause getting in on the action. Afolabi getting a goal as well. Drew 1-1 with Sunderland away, which is a fairly decent result. Away from home at Sunderland is not an easy game. 31,000 turned up to that. I can't remember what their stadium's called, but it's like the Theatre of Dreams or something like that, isn't it? What's their stadium? Stadium of Light, there you go. The Stadium of Light is not an easy stadium to go to, so to get a 1-1 draw was decent. We went then away to Ipswich 2-2 with Joe Hugel finally getting some goals, and then we got into December and found our form. We lost one game all of December. The rest of it was fairly convincing wins, with Vince Krause getting in on the act a fair amount. He's starting to find his shooting boots. After spending 3 mil on him, I need him to perform this season, otherwise people are going to question why we brought him for so much. Kenneth Taylor, showing he's a fairly good free kick taker actually. And yeah, just a lot of players starting to find feel comfortable in the Boyd Mwamba. He's a player who has not really played great last season. He got a 6.71 last season when we signed him. There was a lot of question marks from the press saying, is he actually as good as we thought he was going to be? He's got 4 goals, 4 assists already this season. I think Boyd Mwamba might be a fairly decent player for us. I mean, he's only 24. I think it was a bit harsh for the press to start calling him out after his first season. But yeah, Richard O'Hanlon has been superb at the back for us. He's been our best defender by far. So he's going to be what we're building our defence on for this season and next season. Transfer-wise, we have had a lot of stuff happening, as you can see. So let's just have a look. We ended September, so no one new coming in. But going out, we have got 4 here. So Sandar, we got a loan offer for, and I don't think he is needed so much this season. He's gone up by half a star potential. I don't think we'll need him full stop. I think we probably can get rid of him at the end of the season. But he's gone on loan for this season just to get some game time. He was not a great signing by me. I'll put my hands up and admit that. Alex Nomikos was a striker. We actually played him once this season. Twice this season. He didn't get a goal. He got 5 goals for Bromley last season. And the season before that, we played him 7 times and got a goal and 2 assists. So he wasn't exactly lighting up. Like, what am I trying to say? He wasn't playing great. He wasn't a fantastic player. Amazing that his valuation has gone up to 1.2 million. But basically, I looked at the reports. They were telling me he's not going to be good enough for Hull. So we got an offer in. He was only valued at 10k, I think. So we sold him for 21. So we got a little bit more money than he was worth, but he's now worth like a couple of mil. So I guess maybe we did get a little bit ripped off there. Jayden Faviere is off to LAFC. He's a good player, but he just demanded to go because he wanted to go to LAFC. 3.6 mil at the time. He was valued at around about 2.1. So we got a fair chunk of change for him. And then the one that hurt was Paul Vaughan, who is our young right mid, playing fairly well for us this season. And unfortunately, an offer came in from Sheffield United for 9.5 mil. And the board was like, yeah, we'll have that. So they accepted it for me. And off he goes. So Vaughan is gone, which means that on... let's have a look. Depth, there you go, that's what I'm looking for. On the right, we've not got a whole lot of people. So that's who we're going to be looking to strengthen this season in January. Kenneth Taylor is more of a central player. I've played him on the wing a couple of times. He hasn't played well. Boyd Mwamba can play on the left and Lewis Potter can play on the right. But then after that, we don't really have anyone who can play on the left and right to back them up, sort of thing. I mean, Taylor we can play on the wings if we need. So Boyd Mwamba and Taylor for the left are my 2 rotational players. On the right, I suppose Lewis Potter and Taylor, but then that means that we have no rotation in the centre. It just doesn't work at the moment. We're missing one player. Up front, we've got Afolabi, Hugill, Vince Krause. So players which... I think we've got enough up front. Defence, we've got enough. We have got a few offers going out for... let's just have a look. So we're selling Jack Scott, our Northern Irish right back, because he's just not getting enough time. We've got plenty of players before him that will get game time. They've offered more than he's worth. Derby have, so we'll take that. I've put in an offer for this Italian left back and centre back, 19-year-old, one for the future. But looks fairly decent, and when I got a report on him, he's potentially 5-star, maybe 3-star to 4-star. But, I mean, I'm going to have some faith and hope that it's going to go up to 5 when we get him. If we get him, that is. We've offered him a contract, we'll see. We're selling potentially Egan Riley. I can't remember how much the bid came in for him. Or is it a loan? It's loan. We're not selling Egan Riley. We're putting him out on loan because he wants more game time. So Egan Riley's gone out on loan. Dale Jones is a youngster in our under-23s. He's basically not going to ever get any game time for us, and we got an offer in for loads. Well, we got 4 offers in for him, and we just accepted them all, 10 grand. It's just a player which we won't use, so we might as well bring him in. And a player which I'm trying to bring in, Colin Dallas, Northern Irish right midfielder, backup for the right midfield position. Currently 2-star, maybe 2.5 potential. He's already potentially 3.5, but could go up to 5. So he looks like he's a really decent player. Quite cheap as well. 42.5 grand is all we've put in for the offer. So he could potentially be a good player bringing in. Aaron Ramsey keeps getting offers from Sheffield United. Sheffield United love us at the moment, so they're sniffing around. I'm hoping they're going to just take that we're rejecting them and move on, but we'll have to wait and see. We're putting in an offer for this guy, Minas Galanopoulos. because he can play central, he can play on the right, he can play central midfield, can play defensive midfield and attacking mid. He's 23 years old. He's looking fairly decent. I can't remember why I put an offer in for him, to be honest. Hope the past me had a plan here. And I think, is he transfer listed? Yeah, he's transfer listed. So I thought he looks like a fairly decent backup sort of player that we can start to develop as well. So we'll see if we can get him in. Forrester is a left mid. Again, backup left mid. Potentially up to 5 stars, but can be up to 3 stars. And is under £1 million basically. So he looks like a fairly decent player to bring in. He's also played a lot. Played for Galway United and got goals every season and assists. So hopefully he can make the jump up. Excuse me. We're back. Matteo Glassi, he's in our under 23s. We brought him in last season as a kind of mainly to help Bonucci settle in, was my plan. But I think he is going to be a good player that we can play in the future. He's only 21. He's got some fairly good stats, good potential on him. But it's Port Vale want him on loan, and it's great for his development. So we're going to loan him out to Port Vale. And then finally, we've got this striker, Lincoln O Laflin. 22-year-old Jamaican guy, pacey, good first touch and stuff, good at teamwork, good at vision. He's got a lot of good stats. I think this guy, again, trying to remember past me's. Yes, no, he's not transfer listed. Well, I'll put in a transfer offer anyway to see if I can get a hold of him. And I think he might be the missing piece for our strikers, but that does mean that we probably want to get rid of another striker once we bring him in, so there might be one of them going. Not Bonucci, even though he is wanted by Spal. I don't even know. Oh, Italian Serie B. Reason he's not had as much game time recently is he actually broke his back, I think. Where's his medical report? Can you see his previous... lower back stress fracture. He was out for 6 weeks, and I was like, flipping heck. So I sent him to a specialist. He's okay now. He's the only person who can score at the moment, so he's come back in and is now fully fit. I think potentially it might be Hugill who goes. I'm not sure, because I'm not sure I'll be out. I mean, I brought him in for pennies, 52 grand, and he's now worth 1.2 to 1.7. If I can drum up interest, I might move him on, although he is starting to score, which is kind of annoying because he was the guy I was going to get rid of. Potentially though, it may be Afolabi, wherever he's gone. Where is Afolabi gone? There he is. Because he's not got potential, so he's not going to get any better. He's not scoring, although he has got 6 goals this season. I say that. Out of 19 games, it's not great, it's not bad. I feel like if I can cash in now, he's 29, he's probably got a couple of years left in him. The only issue is I think that he might be quite high up in the social groups or the hierarchy. I mean, he's a highly influential player. If he goes, potentially we might have trouble with people. Hugill we won't, because he's just another player. Which feels really harsh, doesn't it? So I'm not sure of the plan for January, but that's basically what's happened. We have lost a couple of players, unfortunately, out of our control. So what we're going to do now is we're going to play Nottingham Forest, who are second in the league. I should probably talk about our league position, actually. With those really good results stacking up, we're now 49 points, 4th in the league. If we can get a few more wins and West Ham and Nottingham Forest drop some, we might have a chance at getting up to 3rd or 2nd. I mean, we're not too far off. We're only, 3 points off both of them? I mean, if we beat Nottingham Forest now, we're putting ourselves above them. So, or no, we're level with them. And they've got a higher goal difference. We have to score a lot. We have to score 6 goals to put ourselves over their goal difference. So I don't think that's happening this game. But yeah, so overall, great position. We were expecting mid-table. We're now in playoffs. If we can stay in playoffs, that would be fantastic. I would like to try and get to Premier League in this season or next. So we'll just have to wait and see if that's possible. But let's jump into this game. The squad that we're using... Oh, we just realised Vaughan's gone, so we ain't got a right midfielder in there. So we're going to have to put Potter on there, and Muamba is going to have to go on there. And then we can put... Is there anyone else who can play midfield? Potentially Fletcher? David Fletcher. I think he's a youth that we've brought forward. Oh my goodness, we're jumping all over the place. No, we just signed him from Fulham. Wait, why wasn't he on our transfers? He was on our transfers. I didn't see that. We've actually brought in 2 players since then. Excuse me. We brought in Abuchi Ekong, who I think both from Fulham. We paid 850 grand for him, but his potential is 4-star, potentially 5. He's not great at the moment. He's only 1.5. Give him a couple of years, he's going to be a good right midfielder for us, or central Mazzala. So we brought him in, and then we brought in David Fletcher as a potential replacement. He's only 21, left midfielder, 2 stars at the moment. Again, look at his potential, 3-star, potentially 4. And I think we just need someone who can take some of the games which Muamba is tired for. So that's the plan with him. So we do actually have a new left mid, so we don't necessarily have to bring in a new left mid. So let's go to the team selection, just make sure we're happy with all of this, because past me must have done some stuff with this. I think we're all good. Gebby has had a poor season, first season with us. We need him to start performing. He is out on available for loan just because he's not doing the biz for us at the moment, so we're going to loan him out. Do have to be careful though, because we've got a lot of people loaned out. I don't want to have not enough people to play overall. But this is the squad we're going for. Trafford in goal. He had a little bit of a dip in form, but is back to his usual best. Then we've got Terrace, Feeney, and O'Hanlon and Ruffin, who I think is my go-to defence. Usually I would play Adrad on the left, but Ruffin is fairly decent on the left as well, so it's a mix between those two, and Adrad is currently injured or coming back from injury. They've got Lewis Potter on the right, we've then got Lee and Simmons in the middle. I keep switching Ramsey and Lee. They have like a game each basically. Lee's been fairly good this season. I think 5 goals, 2 assists. He's been a great signing for us. Ramsey has had some moments as well. He's played fairly well for us, and I'm just hoping we can hold on to him because I think he's a great player for us, really. And it's good to have that depth in that position. 2 players who are basically similar level and attributes and stuff. It does make it awkward. Hopefully neither of them is going to kick off saying they want more game time. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Simmons has been injured, but is back now. We've been playing Taylor in his place, and they've both been doing a good job. Muamba on the left, and then Vince Krause and Bonucci up front, with Hugo on the bench just in case either of these aren't doing the biz. As you can see, we've been playing pretty well, to be fair, so I'm hoping this is going to be a different result to how we played against Nottingham Forest before. So let's jump into this game. David Fletcher, let's auto number him. He wants to do number 11. I don't think number 11's available. Yeah, you're not getting it off Lewis Potter, let's be honest. So let's submit that, and let's go. Okay, so let's pick up where we left off last time. Make me proud, make me proud, make me proud. Let's go. Okay, so not a lot's happened so far in the first half. It's only 26 minutes in. First highlight, Lee with a winding run, and you know what? He got it on target with that shot. That's part of the battle, but nothing from it, and we'll see what happens next. Throw into Nottingham Forest is what happens next. They play it down the wing, and Zeffy is coming down the wing, looks to pass it around. Now puts it in. Well played, Buffini. Simmons now has it, plays it back to Terrace, and kind of a weird. Neither of my players went for that. I feel like someone would have run after that, but no one did. And now Nottingham Forest are back on the attack on the opposite wing. Ojeda coming down right to the corner flag, but they've played it into the box. It's looking dangerous. What a save by Trafford. Ah, Dale Taylor puts it away after we couldn't clear it. But it feels like such a shame after that fantastic goalkeeping. Let's have a look at this. Taylor with a shot. Trafford tips it away. But we just couldn't. Unfortunately. And that means that we are now 1 behind. But the boys have come back from behind before. Let's have faith. Right, well played. Now Mwamba has it up to Lee. Lee has space in front of him. And he goes for something audacious, but not quite there. We're going to have a corner now. Lewis Potter. We have been scoring more corners, especially with our handling. Bonucci brings it down. Feeney with a goal that isn't a header. That's a surprise, but we're back to 1-1, and I'm loving it. What a weird corner. Lewis Potter plays it in. Bonucci brings it down. Somehow we get managers to bring it down. He plays it to Feeney, who is a fairly tame shot. I'm surprised the keeper didn't get that, but we're 1-1. And it goes to half-time 1-1. And you know what? I'll take it. Lewis Potter's not playing great, but he's had bad games in the past and has brought it back in the second half. So we're going to leave the team as is for now. They're all looking a bit tired as well. So we're going to say... yeah, okay, I'm going to say happy. Yeah, everyone looks motivated. Let's start the second half. And we'll do some subs around the 60-minute mark, because there's some tired legs out there. Okay, it's around 65 minutes, so we're going to do some changes now. Bonucci's looking tired, though he's playing well, so he's done a good job. He got himself assist. Just having a look. Lewis Potter's picked himself back up, but he is looking tired as well. I don't really have anyone who can play on the right apart from Kenneth Taylor, so... What's his best role? Wide playmaker, attack maybe? We're going to go for that and see how he plays. And then anyone else? Josh Feeney's looking tired. Gebby plays as a central cover, so we're going to change that to cover. No, that's stopper. Cover, and hope that Gebby isn't the mistake that we make here to lose it, because he hasn't had great games for us before. So we're playing out from the back. Ruffin now has the ball on the left. Plays it to Simmons, who's playing quite deep, which is what I've asked him to do. We have like an attacking central and a defensive central. Simmons is that defensive player. Hugill with a nice little 1-2. Oof, saved, but not convincingly. And then Nottingham Forest is passing it around in defence. It's a good chance. We're doing all right. And it's full time. And not really a lot happened that game, to be honest. It was quite a quiet game for the two teams that were quite high up in the league. Hanlon again, fantastic. Trafford played fairly well. I'm surprised his rating's not higher. From what I saw in the highlights, he played well. Players who didn't play great was Mwamba. Lewis Potter kind of brought it back, but was playing all right. I think the problem was that we're quite tired in this game. We probably could have maybe got a win if we hadn't, because if you look at them stats, 6 shots, 4 on target for them, 13 shots, 6 on target for us. But they have higher XG. I mean, man, it was a bit of a weird game, wasn't it? But overall, we didn't drop too many points there, I think. Proved everyone wrong from avoiding a loss. And that puts us 50 points, 3 points behind Forest and 5 points behind West Ham. I mean, we're chasing third and second place. I mean, that's a fairly decent position to be in, I think. So that's pretty decent. Jack Scott has gone straight after that game, so he's off. How much money do we actually have now? 8.05 mil and 50 grand in the wage budget. Got a lot of money to spend here compared to how we were in Kings Lynn and other places, and B1908. So we've also got Galanopoulos has got his offer accepted. So we'll sort that out off camera. Excuse me. And we'll come back for... What's the next game? Sheffield United in the FA Cup third round. I think the expectation for us in the FA Cup is to reach the fourth round. So we have to win this to get the board on our side. We're also not doing great with defensive and direct football. We don't play direct football, so that's a problem. And I'm not going to change my tactics. We're winning, so we're just not going to play direct football. Making the most of set pieces, we've improved on a lot in the last 6 games, I'd say. Counter-attack football, we're doing all right with. It's not really what we do, but we do okay with it. I'm not surprised defensively solid football is disappointing. We've been fairly good at the back. I suppose we had a poor start of the season. Maybe that's why. But yeah, overall, we're fairly safe. We've done good in the Carabao Cup. We're doing really good in the league. We just have to get the FA Cup get through this one, which is Sheffield United. There's going to be a difficult game because they're in the Premier League. So I'm not overly convinced we're going to do great. But it's just one competition we're not going to meet expectations with. So hopefully that won't be too disastrous to our happiness. But one thing which I will just say, I got offered a new contract as well in that gap. So I am contracted now. When's my contract till? Let's have a look at my profile. Till 2032. So 2 years extra on my contract. Went up to £6,000 per week. So fairly decent results here. They're loving me. We've got quite a lot of money to splash. I think we probably do need to replace Vaughan and Lewis Potter. I don't know if he prefers to play on the left or the right. Playing on the right, he does play okay. Playing on the left, I feel like he gets some better scores, but we'll just have to wait and see. He's our highest average rating at the moment, so it's trying to find where he plays best. But we'll come back for the next game against Sheffield United in a second. Okay, just quick update on transfers. Lapo Venturi, the Italian left back and centre back, has signed for us. He is currently 2-star, potential 5-star. We got him for 650 grand, which I don't think is terrible from Fiorentina. And he's currently in our under-23s. We'll just probably leave him there for this season, potentially. Although, actually, we're going to move him to our senior squad because I just realised we've just lost Jack Scott and a few other players. He might be a handy player to have on the bench. And he's only breakthrough prospect, so he's not expecting too much game time. So that'd be great. And another player we've signed is Colin Dallas, who is a right mid, currently 2.5-star, potential 3.5. So not too shabby, not too bad. And we got him for 42.5 grand. He was with Norwich, and he went on loan to Bristol, then went to Malmo for free, and then went on loan in Sweden to Osters IF. Which are, I don't even know, is that the top league that they're in? No, the second league? Oh man, I think that's the second league. I think that's basically the Swedish Championship, which is what we're in the Championship. So hopefully he'll be a good player for us. And I won't start him against Sheffield, that's a bit of a harsh one, but I might even start him in the league a few times just to see how good he is. He's got some fairly good pace on him. He's got some good off-the-ball movement, determination and stuff. So I look for those sort of stats, like work rate as well is really important. So he's going to be running after the ball. He has got a lot of bans. Flippin' heck. A 4-match ban in a Championship, 4-match ban in the FA Cup, and a 4-match ban in the Carabao Cup. What the heck did he do? Damn, maybe we've got somebody who's a bit of an angry guy, so that'll be something to keep an eye on. But okay, that's the 2 transfers we've done. On to the Sheffield game. Okay, another quick update. A lot's been happening in the week between those 2 games. Lincoln O Laflin, the Jamaican striker we were trying to sign, he ended up going with Luton. So we will have to go back to the drawing board for a striker, see if we can find someone else that will fit the bill. Okay, a quick one. Past me was an idiot, and I signed Forrester to be backup right mid, or left mid even. I loaned him back to Galway for the season, because he wanted to go back to finish the season up with Galway. So that basically means that we don't have him for the rest of the season, and he's a potential 3-star. I mean, he's a good backup, for sure, but he's not going to be lighten up our team that much. So, okay, we've got another player in for next season, basically, but we definitely need to. I don't know what past me was thinking when I did that, so I'm going to have to work on bringing in some players we can actually use, because otherwise our squad's going to get less and less. Also, Finn Stevens, who's our backup right back, is not happy about his game time. I tried to make him happy by saying I'd play him and then forgot. So he's going to have to go because he's unhappy. He said he just wants to leave. So I have him on the transfer market and we'll see if anyone will put in an offer. So we'll get to that Sheffield game soon, hopefully. There's so much going on. Okay, so we made it to the Sheffield United game. So much happened in between there, didn't it? But we're there. We're now going to play Sheffield United in the FA Cup. Couple of things about that. Sheffield United have got our old player Vaughan, which they just signed for 10 mil, obviously. So he's probably going to play against us, and I'm without a doubt going to do something like score or assist a goal, and it's just going to be disappointing to watch. The other thing, Sheffield United's manager at the moment is Ten Hag, who is the new manager for United, Man United, obviously. So that's interesting. He seems to have jumped around a fair bit since in this save. He went to Newcastle, Feyenoord, Leeds, Norwich. So, but I know he's going to be a good manager. So not going to be an easy game for sure. We're probably going to lose this, but I'm going to hold out hope for the lads. I just realised as well, we need Vince Krause is a deep lying, not pressing. Where has Afolabi? There he is. Afolabi's the pressing forward, which I'm not playing him at the moment, and I think he might kick off soon. But here we go. We've got Trafford in goal. Ruffin, O'Hanlon, Feeney, and Terrace in defence, who's kind of our go-to defence still at the moment. Mwamba, Simmons, and Ramsey. We swapped out Lee and put in Ramsey. And Lewis Potter in midfield. Ramsey is wanted by Sheffield United, so this might be a mistake. He might have a great game and they'll want to buy him now. And then Bonucci and Vince Krause up front with Hugill on the bench for that kind of swap round. We've got Venturi, who's our new signing, on the bench as well, which he might make appearance for Ruffin. But we also have Adrad, who is back from injury, who might make an appearance. So we'll see. Let's jump into this game and see if we can get ourselves a result against... We are playing at home, so it's a Premier League team, but we are playing at home, which gives us that slight edge. So let's jump into this game and see. He wants number 5, does he? Oh, Terra says number 5, so you're going to stick with number 46. You earn the number. Here. Okay, let's go out there and impress me. Make me proud. Make me proud. Make me proud. In the tunnel, they're asking me, do you think the first goal here will be crucial? It's a nice start, well, and if we can get on front foot nice and early, all the better. How do you hope your team... do you hope your team can produce today? What a weird question. No, I hope that we don't... Yeah, I hope we're awful. I think that we had good build-up for this match and we look primed to perform. It's Derby Day. How do you look forward to taking on your local rivals? It's what we live for. Let's do this. And I think this might be on TV, this game. I'm not sure, but I think that start up there where it shows the lineup means that this is a TV game. So, big times. Okay, they start off with a free kick, but well cleared, and now Ramsey has a chance on the counter. Bringing it forward. We've got men over, I think. Lewis Potter bringing it up. Puts it in. Oh, wasted. Simmons now has the ball. Plays it back to O'Hanlon. Can't hit him on the counter now, but can we still make an effort here? O'Hanlon to Feeney. Feeney to Ramsey. To Vince Krause. To Lewis Potter. To Ramsey. What a waste. So close. Okay, throw in to Sheffield United. And we're pressuring them, which is good. Hoping that they mess up and give the ball away and we can hit them on the counter again, but they look fairly comfortable. This feels like a goal. Come on, boys. Hold in. Oh, what a save. Oh my goodness, I was fully prepared for us to get concede there, but it was a great save by Trafford, or a clearance off the line, I couldn't quite tell. But it just shows that we need to be careful in this game because it can all change very quickly. Feeney with a dominant header out again. Torres to Dorrington to Bogzus. Dorrington to... oh man, this is looking dangerous. Well, played by Trafford. He's playing well today. He's got his gloves on and he's ready to go. Headed clear again by Simmons, and that's a throw into Sheffield. Do they have... Is there... they're not playing Vaughan, which is not good for us. And this is a free kick in a really nice position. Bonucci, not typically our free kick taker, hits the bar. Great shot. It would usually be Lewis Potter or Simmons who take the free kick. I'm not sure why Bonucci stood up there for it, but hopefully that won't come back to bite us, because that was a great position. Cleared by a Hanlon. What an absolute rocker defender. Corner to Sheffield. Headed just over. Man, they are knocking at the door though. Here comes a throw into us. Terrace plays it to Lewis Potter. To Vince Krause. Vince Krause plays it back to Terrace. To Ramsey. To Feeney. To Terrace. To Feeney. Long ball forward to no one in particular. Pickford. They've got Jordan Pickford in goal. Nice. He's got to be getting on in this save now. Oh, well played by Mwamba. He wins the ball back. Plays it in the middle to Simmons. Simmons to Ruffin. Oh, poor pass by Ruffin. And now we are on the back foot. Stevenson to Johnson. Johnson looks like he's got space, but luckily lashes it over. And we are just about hanging in there. Players that we need to have a look at. Mwamba, Vince Krause, Bonucci, everyone basically isn't playing quite as they should. But I think we're gonna keep everyone on. And we're going to make the changes a little bit into the second half. We're going to give everyone a chance to redeem themselves. Straight away, highlight. Feeney to O'Hanlon, to Simmons, to Vince Krause. Vince Krause looked for that run of Bonucci. Bonucci, oh, top corner would have been amazing there, but it wasn't quite to be. Headed clear from a chance. Lewis Potter now has it. It was kind of a weird highlight where it just started halfway through their chance, but a good ball forward to Vince Krause from Lewis Potter. Oh man, Pickford saves it. I thought that was just smashed wide by Vince Krause, but it was a good save. Ramsey now with the corner, puts it in. Pickford claims it well. And nothing happening from it. I'm trying to think what changes we can make here. There's a lot of... Well, Robert Terrace needs to come off, basically. He's tired. Drad plays best as an inverted winger defence. So we'll play him. Can we play him defensive fullback, actually? No. He doesn't like playing that role. So he's going to be inverted wing back. Mwamba's really not playing well. So we're going to bring on Kenneth Taylor, who plays best on the right, on the left even, as a wide playmaker support. Man, this is not a great sort of team at the moment. Like, everyone's kind of playing where they can to put in the best performance, if that makes sense. We're having to patch up with players that don't usually play in those positions. So we're going to bring Hugo on for Bonucci. He's not having a great game either and is tiring. So we're just going to see if those can kind of mix up the game and give us a better chance of getting a goal here. Without a doubt, we've not been run over by a Premier League side here. We've performed well. It just looks like Sheffield are now passing the ball around. This just stinks of a goal. Unfortunately, I feel their passing is like we're not having to touch the ball. Luckily, that was a terrible pass through. Good pass back to Trafford, and nothing comes from it. Okay, long ball forward up to Lewis Potter, but he can't get that. And now Sheffield United are on the attack. Hanlon is an absolute beast in defence. You just can't get past him. Superb. Long ball forward up to Hugo. He headers it on, but not quite to anyone. So now Sheffield United have it. But Feeney straight back to no one, though. Come on, Adrad. Show us why we brought you on. And luckily the header goes over. We don't have any more changes to make. Sheffield have had a lot of shots compared to us, and they look like they're just pushing again and again. They want that goal, so there's no replay. Trafford with a good save. I'm surprised they haven't got... What a block by a Hanlon. We are just hanging on. Ruffin with the header clear for a throw-in. And look who comes on. Mr. Vaughan himself. Adrad now with the throw-in to Vince Krause. Adrad to Feeney. Feeney bringing it forward to Ramsey. To Simmons. Long ball. Oh, terrible pass by Simmons. Come on. Now they're on the attack. Come on, boys. Keep on your feet. Keep watching the runs. Well played by Ruffin. Hugo covers that up, and now can we hit him on the counter? Has he got the vision to see Vince Krause? He does. Ramsey. How the heck did that not go in? It's one of those days where we're just not scoring. It's not going to happen. Pickford is put up a signpost in the goal saying, nah, not happening. And the corner was terrible. First man. That was the chance. That was a chance to get ahead, and we didn't take it. Simmons, dangerous sliding tackle there. Already on a yellow. I'm a little bit nervous he's going to get himself sent off in a minute. But Sheffield passing the ball around very nicely. Again, it just feels like a goal. Vaughan, if it was Vaughan who scored against us, it would just not be fair, would it? Just be like, no. And we get a 0-0 at home, which means we have to go away from home. We played superbly at the back. Hanlon, Feeney and Trafford are Premier League quality defenders. I'm going to put that out there. Some of these players aren't Premier League quality, I would say. Simmons showed that he's not quite up to that level yet, maybe. I think he's quite young still, so... Bonucci didn't really perform, and neither did Mwamba. So just a couple of players not really putting it in there, putting in the performances they needed to today, but they were unlucky, so I'm not going to go too hard on them. And that means that we have to do a replay against Sheffield United. I'm really not that fussed about getting through the FA Cup. I know it's not really on like a competition we can win. So 1 minute, I meant to click on schedule. I'm just thinking for the next video, I don't want to come back for these two games because it's so close. What I think I'll come back for is Leeds and Cardiff at the end of February, and then after that we'll do Bournemouth, Swansea. I think that'll be the last two videos of this season. I think that's probably what we'll do. If we beat Sheffield and we're going to play another big Premier League team, then we'll come back for that game. But for now, it'll be Leeds and Cardiff for the next game, end of Feb, and then we'll play all these, and then we'll do Bournemouth and Swansea for the finishing up the season, seeing where we are. I mean, if we get to Bournemouth and Swansea and we're in the Premier League, the playoff. I mean, if we're in the Premier League, amazing. If we're in the playoffs, then we'll have to obviously do another video of the playoffs. But we'll come to that when we get to that point, because if we don't make it to the playoffs, we don't have to worry about it, do we? I'm hoping we can hold on to that position in the league, though. It seems like we're quite good worth for our position now, with Nottingham Forest getting a 1-1 draw away from home. That's a fairly decent result for us. It's just, unfortunately, these games, the Carabao Cup game fell at the same sort of thing. You get a really hard game against a Premier League team, and then you have, like, Preston were currently top of the league when we played them there. They've dropped quite considerably. Nottingham Forest, Norwich and West Ham. We've got the same mix. We've got West Ham and Norwich in between Sheffield United. That's a really hard mix of games. So that's basically going to tank our season for the next month or so until we can get ourselves back into some good form. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But thanks for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying this video, this series so far. And remember to come back next time to see how we're doing in the league, seeing if we can get that promotion up this season in the Premier League. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you when I see you.